Hello and welcome to the Sound Advice Podcast. This week we're talking about songwriting. Specifically, we're talking about choosing the chords for your song. And this is a very easy thing to do, although it seems quite difficult, like anything when you're starting off. You know, you're getting the momentum, getting the whole thing moving is a little bit tricky. So I'm going to give you a very simple system for writing chords for your song very quickly. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to use a thing called a key. Whenever you start talking to guitar players about theory, their eyes glaze over and they go a funny shade of grey and they go, and they just sort of drift off and start thinking about food or something that's much more pleasurable. Guitar theory is just thinking about guitar. That's all it is. What is a theory? Theory is when you're thinking, okay? So guitar theory is thinking about guitar. A key is very simply 7 notes. That's all it is. It's 7 notes. It's 7 notes that you use to make a tune, and then you use those same 7 notes to make the chords that you play along with the tune. That's a key. The key we're going to use is G major, and it's the most popular key on the guitar. So it's one that's worth memorising. If you're going to write this down, jot it on a post-it or something, but try and memorise it and get it in your head. There's only 7 chords to remember. Okay, so I'm going to go through those 7 chords right now. The first one is G major. The second one is A minor. The third one is B minor. The fourth one is C major. The fifth one is D major. The sixth one is E minor. And the seventh one is F sharp diminished, and you're going to cheat. You're going to play a D7 and hook your thumb over for an F sharp on the E string. So you're going to get these 4 notes. And that's how you play an F sharp diminished. In fact, you're not going to play an F sharp diminished because we're not going to play the F sharp diminished in the song because it sounds like that. So we're going to leave that alone for the time being, but I just wanted you to know how to play an F sharp diminished. So now we've laid the chords out for the key, we can choose from those chords when we're writing our song. We're going to make some ground rules to make writing the song easier to begin with. You can take this framework of ground rules away once you've got used to writing songs, but this is a good place to start. So we're going to choose 4 chords for the first section of our song, and we're going to strum each one of those chords 4 times. We're not going to repeat ourselves with the chords, we're just going to choose 4 different ones, and the first chord is either going to be number 1 or number 6 from the key. Okay, so for our first section, which is called the verse, we choose either number 1 or number 6. We strum that 4 times, and then we choose a different chord, strum that 4 times, and then another different chord, strum that 4 times, and then another different chord, and strum that 4 times, and that's your verse. We're not going to choose number 7 because it sounds nasty. We said this before. So that's the plan. Bear in mind, major chords are happy, minor chords are sad. Now, whichever you start from for the verse, say you start from number 1, start from number 6 for the chorus, which is the next 4-bar section that we're going to do. Okay, so let's just say for our verse we chose a 1, 6, 4, 5, which would be G, E minor, C and D. It would sound like this: G, E minor, C, and D. Let's say we chose that for the verse. For the chorus, we would start from number 6, which is E minor, and we might go 6, 3, 5, 4, which would be E minor, B minor, D, and C. So this is a great way to start songwriting. It's a really nice, simple template that we've laid out. And I'll bet that as you're looking at those 6 chords that you've got, there's some of them that you're not quite as familiar with as others. For example, B minor, right? I'll bet B minor is a bit of a bugbear. It's like an A minor chord that you slide up, but then you change your fingers around and pop your first finger across the 2nd fret to make it like a bar chord. I've got videos from earlier podcasts that have got these chords in with the bar chords. You can go and find those if you want to know how to play that B minor. But assuming you can play it for a moment, there's a good chance that you're not going to be as good at B minor as you are at some of the other chords, okay? G and E minor are going to be favourites because you're good at those, you do them a lot. Bear in mind that when you choose chords at the moment, you're choosing them because they're easy and not because you like the sound. So mix the numbers up, make things interesting. You'll find some chords that you like the sound of, and then you'll kind of get good at changing to them because you like the sound of them. So that's it for this week's podcast. Enjoy writing your songs, enjoy putting your chords down, jot them down, commit that key to memory. It's super important. So when somebody says it's in the key of G, you're going to know what key means then. You're going to know all the chords that you can use, and you can feel smug. And smug's a lovely feeling to have, especially about keys. So thank you very much again for checking the podcast out. If you would like to support the podcast, you can give us a 5-star review on iTunes. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can subscribe on YouTube, or you can give us a thumbs up and a positive comment on YouTube. All these things really help out. If you would like to suggest a topic to cover in one of these podcasts, you can drop me an email at podcast@soundadvicepodcast.net, and I will check out those emails and I will try and hopefully get to your requests and see if we can make a podcast out of it. So thanks again for tuning in as usual, and I'll see you guys soon.